Good day, beautiful people. It's your girl Wix by Nello. Okay, today I'll be teaching how to make measurements for ventilating. Okay, the tools that will be needed will be safety pin, ruler, scissors, your ventilating needle, and the net for ventilating. And we'll also be using a canvas head. This is a proper canvas head for ventilating. So I usually use other ones like the one you can see in this video, and whenever I have too many orders. Okay, so now let's go into the proper deal. So bring out the net that you want to be using. I'm using a Swiss lace. I don't like HD lace, but that doesn't mean that I don't work with HD lace, but I prefer Swiss, and that's what I'm using today. So I'm working with a 5x5 closure. I want to measure for 5x5 closure. So if you're measuring for 5x5, it then means you're cutting your net 6x6. So horizontally we have 6, vertically we have 6 for measurement. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'll be placing it on it, and I'll be cutting out 6x6. Now we're making a 5x5 closure, but we cannot use an exact 5x5 closure when placing it on your wig cap. That's when you are wigging your hair proper, because you need extra space to be able to allow the lace or the hair that you ventilated breathe. Okay, so now I'm going to be ventilating on the net exact 5x5, but there will be half inches that are I'm not going to be ventilating on, so that when I'm going to be placing them to make a proper wig cap, it's going to be easy for me. So you can see here that this is already one I already ventilated, and this is this is a thick frontal, but beneath it is 4x. I cut it by 4 for the vertical part, and the up part by 13. So now this is how to place your net after you've cut it. You take your office pin and you will make sure that you place them properly on the canvas head. Now I'm using a white paper under because as time goes on, I start having issues with seeing clearly, so I had to use something, to place under it to make it possible for me to see clearly. So some people use other colors, but I prefer to use white because it's easy for me to see through. So you use your pin to secure it down properly so that you can be able to ventilate properly. So that's, as you can see in the video, that's what I'm doing exactly. So you make sure you pin by the side, because if you don't do this, you might mistakenly tear the net in the process of ventilating. Do you understand? So you pin them down properly, and that's it for now. So after securing it, there's something I want to teach before showing the rest of in my video. You see a vertical line and you see a horizontal line. The horizontal line is not really that clear, but you can see that the vertical lines are very clear. So you pick from the vertical part of it. You pick you use your ventilating needle to pick from the net. Then you put 2 strands or 3 strands or 1 strand, depending on how thick you want the hair to be. You put it inside the hole. You jump 1 space. You can see 1 space there. You move to the other space, put your hair in and use a ventilating needle. But I don't know how to explain this, but you can watch from the video. You move from 1 space to another space. So meanwhile, some people ventilate differently, but this is how I ventilate. You can choose any style of your choice, and there are 3 types of ventilating. We have single knotting, we have split method, and we have double knotting. But here I'm doing a single knotting. So now I'll move under it to the middle of it. I don't know whether you can see it, and pick another strand. Like I'll pick from the middle of what I've ventilated before. Pick it, then take 2 strands again, put inside a hole, use my ventilating needle to pull out the hair and knot it. That's the way I can explain it. So I will do that again. I will look for the middle part, I will knot it too. So you can see how it's looking like 1 space is covered. I hope this helps.
Here I've already started ventilating, so I didn't know my camera was not on when I started, but this is where I realized that my camera was not even showing anything. So here, after cutting from the weave-on that I'll be using, I'll now start ventilating. And if you watch, you will see that when I was ventilating, I followed the method I showed you previously. That's what I am using here. So when ventilating, you ventilate straight lines, then you come under that one, the in between the holes, in between the space that you left, you're going to ventilate directly under it. So that is how I ventilate, and you can see how neat the work is. So you really have to be careful. Like here, I'm using a torchlight for extra lightning.
Okay, as a ventilator, you need to take care of your eyes, because this takes a whole lot from us. Okay, the reason why I even went into ventilating in the first place was because customers bring in here and they have bowel closure, and outsourcing it, sometimes you have to work with the timeline given to you by the ventilator. So this is one of the things that I had to learn on my own, so that I can be able to fix my customer's hair and meet up with time frame that's been given to me by my customer. So sincerely, this is not something I like to do, but it gives me the money that I need, And for someone out there who is wondering, okay, I want to go into business and I don't have capital, this is one thing you should do, because it doesn't need much of your much capital. The only thing you just need is to have the knowledge, get a ventilating needle, your nets, and the desired hair for ventilating. And usually this hairs or this weave-on comes from your client, so you don't even need so much capital to invest in this. And this is therapeutic, if you ask me. So most times when it needs, and it also needs your time. So you have to make sure that you have the time to do this, because this is not something that you just do expressly and you're done. There are some customers that like scanty closures. Depending on what you want, it can be done for you. So this is a finished look of one of the closures I make, and you can see how full this closure is. Like, I have so many jobs I've done for closure. This is one. This was closure. This was ventilated. And another one here. This was ventilated 5x5. Thank you.